What's going on, y'all? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. This week on the Ancestry Anthology, we're cracking open... Achilles is really excited to crack open Lost Omens Impossible Lands to talk about the Vishkanya. If you're liking what you're seeing, like, subscribe, ding the bell. Stay caught up on all your stuff. For now, what are we doing, Achilles? Now you don't fucking meow. God damn it. What are we doing, Achilles? Let's dive in. Okie dokie. So, talked about the Vishkanya, and when he hears the card, you know what it is. What it is much like the Venora, an ancestry that had like an entry in the back of a book, and there's a Vishkanya NPC in Iron Fang Invasion. That was the only time I ran into them. Like most, if not all, of the reprints in 2E lore-wise, it's a huge fucking glow-up. Vishkanya are human-like in appearance. They have snake-like features that you can see the closer you get to them. Naturally tall, naturally lithe, bright golden eyes, and a snake-like tongue, scales, sharp teeth, and also poisonous saliva and poisonous blood. As you might expect when you look like the most common ancestry on Galarian, but also you're hazardous to their health, that causes problems in society, but those problems, present day, have been overcome, literally in the text. Yet through it all they endured. Now free of chains to bind them, Vishkanya live in close-knit groups and use their love of storytelling and the arts to give a detailed history of their people while they determine how best to proceed in a world ripe with opportunity. Fun fact, those small-knit communities are often polyamorous, so once again, I feel seen. Maybe I won't play an Anadi next, maybe it'll be a Vishkanya, who knows? Within these communities, there's usually folks who are in charge of the record keeping, but kids are usually free to choose whatever the heck they want to do in whatever way that it benefits the community at large, which can often be very mixed. Though of course that has to be a whole conversation when people are brought into the family. The talk about the birds and the bees goes a whole extra step when your saliva hurts your partner. But I digress. Mechanically, a Vishkanya has 8 hit points. They're medium with a speed of 20 feet, with ability boosts to Dex and 1 freebie, no drawback. They begin play speaking Common and Vishkanya, plus more languages for high int. They have low light vision and innate venom, which gives them the envenom action. For 1 action, once per day, you spit on your sword or cut yourself on your sword, or piece of ammo, or you know what I mean. The venom remains potent until the end of your next turn, or until it's expended. The starting out minor Vishkanya venom has a maximum duration of 6 rounds on a fortitude save equal to the higher of your class DC or spell DC. Stage 1 is a D4 poison damage for a round. Stage 2, same thing. Stage 3, same thing. Neat. For our heritages, the elusive Vishkanya gains a +1 circumstance bonus, 2 checks to escape, and can move twice as fast while squeezing. The keen venom Vishkanya's envenom action doesn't trigger reactions that normally trigger on manipulate actions. They also gain the venom draw action. For 1 action, interact to draw a weapon, then spit on it. This uses up your daily use of Venom, but it's a really good 2-for-1. We love that. The Old Blood Vishkanya gets trained in society and gets either courtly graces or streetwise. You know, when you need to set up that big conversation with the very highest of the high or lowest of the low. Prismatic Vishkanya are probably very pretty, honestly, in direct sunlight. Rainbow Snake, activate. You get trained in performance and gain fascinating performance. The Scale Keeper can once per day recall knowledge as a free action. That's dope. Raise your hands if you forget to use recall knowledge in combat. Yeah, alright, Thaumaturge, I see you. I know it's part of your fucking class. Everybody else, Mastermind sit on. Everybody else, you're usually too busy doing other things, right? Getting the information for a free action means people know what to do at the beginning and what not to do, and that's dope. I really like that. The Venom Resistant Vishkanya gains poison resistance equal to half their level, and successful saves against poison inflictions reduces the stage by 2, or 1 for virulent poison. Critical successes +1. For our feats, Alabaster Eyes gives you dark vision. Hold on to the flavor text. That's more important than screaming at your DM that you have dark vision. We all hate that. Lesser Enhanced Venom turns Envenom's cooldown to 1 hour instead of a whole day, and buffs it significantly, from 1d6 to 1d6 to 2d6 at the very bottom. Social Camouflage, once you reside in a settlement for at least a day, you get a +1 circumstance bonus to look like the people who live in the settlement. quickly blending into the lifestyle of everybody there. You can also use deception in place of diplomacy to gather information. That's huge. There are so few X to Y things in 2e. Remember that. Hold on to that. That's really fucking cool. You might need more time in Absalom as opposed to Atari, but nevertheless, that's very strong in a social game where, like, you're very stretched for skill proficiencies. We like that. Vishkanya lore gets you performance, stealth, and Vishkanya lore. Vishkanya weapon familiarity gets you access to the blowgun, fighting fans, Kriss, Kukri, and shuriken, as well as uncommon Vishkanya weapons. There's 2 new weapons for this. First, the Kriss, or like my favorite, staple this on an edgelord sword. I don't know what villain and what JRPG I played in like the late 90s as a tiny baby had one of these, but it's stuck ever since. A one-handed martial weapon which deals 1d4 piercing damage with deadly d8, agile, and finesse. The Visop, I think, somebody correct me in the comments if I'm butchering pronunciations here, does 1d4 slashing damage with the agile, finesse, injection, uncommon, versatile, piercing, and of course, Vishkanya trait. For when you just really need to get people exposed to 2 poisons at once, you know? Yeah, easy peasy. Debilitating venom, which plays with Envenom even more. When you use Envenom, you can either apply the hampering benefit for stage 1's -5 foot status penalty to speed, stage 2 same thing, stage 3 -10, or no adjustment at level 1, flat-footed at stage 2 or stage 3 flat-footed and a -5 foot penalty to speed. Yeah, that's one of those things is much better than the other. They have to fail twice, but when they do, that's a really good, hey guys, they're flat-footed, kill them. Restoring blood lets you use your Envenom action to produce a blood restorative instead of owie things. This is once per 10 minutes, even if your Envenom action can be used more frequently. You or an adjacent creature can interact to consume this to regain 3d6 hit points on a positive healing effect. So don't tell the Damphir. Or don't play a Vishkanya Damphir. That would be... Never mind. I want to play a Vishkanya Damphir. That seems to have the right edge Kriss energy. I'm rambling. A restorative spoils at the start of your next turn. At 15th level, this goes up to 5d6. If you just really didn't want to take battle medicine. Vishkanya Weapon Arts makes you get the crit specialization from the weapons you're using. Alluring Performance for 2 actions, once per day. Attempt a performance check and compare it to the will DC of each creature in a 15-foot emanation. On a critical failure, nothing happens. Failure, targets are dazzled for a round. Success, targets are fascinated for a round and dazzled for a round. On a crit success, the target is fascinated with you for as long as you perform, unless it breaks from the fascination as normal for the condition and is dazzled for 1 round, or as long as it's fascinated, whichever is longer, when you really need to hit the distraction button. There it is. Moderate Enhanced Venom at level 9 turns up our Venom to do 3d6 poison. Wow, that's a huge fucking jump. I'm reading this in real time and that fucked me up. 3d6 poison damage for a round, then stage 2 4d6, god, then stage 3 5d6. Swift application for 1 action. Lets you envenom a weapon or piece of ammo and then strike with it. This counts against the use of envenom. Can't be used if you cannot be used if you don't have no venom no more, but so it was. Viper Strike for 2 actions lets you stride and then strike without triggering reactions based on movement once per minute. That's wowie. Excuse me, fighters. I really need to stab your boss, the wizard. He's got a bad fort save, right? Eat poison. Stronger debilitating venom. Good god. This is beginning to feel like a rogue. Gives you either bungling to reduce... Oh, never mind. I read that so wrong. I definitely was about to tell y'all on the internet that you could just reduce the damage die of the bad guy by several dice. JK. So these have a cost. Reading is hard. You reduce the overall potency of your venom for either the bungling variant to no effect, clumsy 1, clumsy 2, the devitalizing effect to no effect, drain 1, drain 2, the nauseating effect to no effect, sicken 1, sicken 2, and the weakening effect, enfeebled 1, enfeebled 1, enfeebled 2. You can choose this multiple times and choose a different one each time. When you envenom, you choose which one you want to go with. Venom Purge for 1 action, once per day if you're trained in medicine. For each disease or poison currently affecting you, attempt a medicine check. Produce a specialized venom that burns out everything else in your body by counteracting everything on you. Vishkanya Weapon Expertise makes you an expert at Vishkanya Weapon. That's a lie, you're probably expert. You guys know what this does, right? This is now sat long enough. You've read this, you know what it does. Greater Enhanced Venom at level 17 goes to 7, then 9, then 11 d6 of poison damage. Or Vicious Venom to slap the Virulent trait on that thing you do, requiring 2 consecutive saves to reduce the venom stage by 1, and critical successes reduce it by only 1 instead of 2. Okay, so off the top of my head, Ancestry Paragon. You need more Ancestry feats to see all this cool stuff, and a Vishkanya can 100,000,000% take advantage of that. I haven't got a chance to play with it yet, but I really want to, and I definitely recommend it for this specific thing, because all of these are really good. Obviously, there's a lot of incentive to take the make my poison better feats, because, well, they're really good, especially when it's once per 10 minutes. That's essentially a focus point bomb that you're carrying around with you. Imagine a rogue with debilitating injury who also adds something from their Vishkanya venom, who also adds more damage when they sneak attack. This Ancestry is so fucking Nova. I really like it. Hell, even if you're not playing a rogue, the fighters, the barbarians, the like, I do big damage dot class, then also getting an easy poison on top of what they do. Does Shocking Grasp burn the poison off the end of your sword if you're a magi? I fucking hope not. That's wow. And I like how they're written such that they are trying to spread their culture and they're okay with other people being around them, because it kind of destroys. It's like, oh, you're the mysterious snake person. That kind of sucks, right? It makes these guys way more accessible. A Vishkanya, let's say, I don't know, Magus. Got really good at fighting because grew up in an enclave on like the edge of town, and so more monsters and things would attack. Got an invite to the Megambia, took it because wanted to spread their culture, started learning magic, and then became jack of 2 trades and the master of both. A Vishkanya alchemist who specializes in playing with their own innate toxicity to create poisons. Maybe as a young age, this started as, I'm just really curious about myself, I'm going to learn, and then this turns into science, and then this turns into getting more poison, and then this turns into maybe a love for explosives. Who knows? Who am I to judge? Really, I'm just more hung up on, this wasn't like the back of the 1E stuff, but it was pretty far back there. I saw exactly one Vishkanya at my table throughout my 1E career so far. Rip that poor ninja. And I do feel like a part of the reason you never saw them is just the way they were written. This is better. This is better bones to build on in future, and that's where I'm going to leave this one today. What do y'all think? Are we rolling up Vishkanya? What is the best way to organize these poison feats? God, that's a video. Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to use you guys for research. For now, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.